In this exercise, we're going to download a CloudFormation template from Amazon and review the resources that the template creates. In more than a few cases, many of the templates that we download from Amazon are broken in some way. These templates are mainly just provided by Amazon for proof of concept purposes. This template itself is lacking auto-scaling policies, which we'll add, and CloudWatch alarms, which we need to fire those policies. We'll also fix some issues with the AZs area of the template and some parameters in the auto-scaling group, as well as some issues with the default health check. As with all exercises in this chapter, the requirement is the previous exercise. Again, we highly suggest you go through every other deck in this course before you do this chapter. This chapter will create multiple resources in AWS. There will be costs, but they should be minimal, probably just a couple bucks as long as you terminate the stack when you're done. You may want to terminate and rebuild if you cannot complete all of this chapter's exercises in one sitting. Now let's first download that template. If you could, browse with me to aws.amazon.com/cloudformation. The templates are over here on the left under Sample Code and Templates. This page again has about 200 to 300 various templates. Let's do an in-page search for Drupal, D-R-U-P-A-L, and let's download this template, the highly available web server with Multi-AZ, by right-clicking on it and selecting Save Link As. And let's go ahead and save it as its base name, Drupal Multi-AZ. And it's downloaded there. Now using your editor of choice, let's go ahead and open that template. I'm going to show my dinosaur age and use Emacs to do this. In this template, you can see the various 7 areas that we talked about in the CloudFormation exercises. The template version, the description, the parameters which we can override, as well as several mappings, and most importantly, resources. Let's take a close look at the resources this template's going to create. We see first off that it's going to create an S3 bucket on our behalf. It's also specifying a bucket policy for that bucket. It's creating a user, an IAM user, for this bucket, as well as some keys. Here's the load balancer creation area. It's creating an auto-scaling group with a minimum size of 1 and a maximum size of 5. We're going to look at changing that later. It's also creating a launch config, where it's installing several packages and creating files and various other things it needs for Drupal. One of those things it's creating is user data, and it's passing off several important things in user data to each machine. We see here it's also creating an RDS database instance, a database security group, a web server security group, and finally we have the output, which is our Elastic Load Balancer DNS name.